They didn't receive us well. I think the problem started when we landed in Karatu, because the reception, it took about 2 hours before our players could be cleared into their rooms. I think CECAFA also did not really prepare well, because by the time the team arrived onto the hotel, the management said that yes, CECAFA made a reservation, but they've not paid. So it took about 2 hours before all that was cleared. Then, of course, we had issues about the internet. You know, Karatu is somehow, it's in the interior. Yeah, sure. It's about 200 kilometers from Arusha. So it's way in the interior side of Tanzania. So the internet was not, and you know, internet in Tanzania, with all due respect to our brothers in Tanzania, they're somehow lagging behind in terms of technology and all that. So it took about another day before they organized something for the team in terms of internet. But I still believe that we ought to have really compromised, if you ask me. Yes, this is a national team, but which one was worse? You know, the team traveled on bus, coming back about 6 or so hours from Karatu to Nairobi. So I still believe that something could have been done to make sure that we play. But once again, I'm going to say, we need to put that behind us. Because as we move into this match, psychologically, we need to prepare ourselves. We need to come off the negatives that were brought by us not playing in Karatu. And I believe that we can convert the first match and get a win.
If I can interject, sorry, Arocho, I believe it was a learning curve for the federation. I believe that they should have sent an advanced team for logistics to check the standards of the hotel, the standards of the training pitch. Someone from the technical bench should have been there in Tanzania as an advanced team, so that they bring back to the coach the full report of everything that transpired there, and if the standards are up to the standards that we are looking for. And it should have been avoided. So I really hope it's a learning curve for the federation, so that they'll be sending an advanced team before any major match. And I like to disagree with Arocho, because I don't believe we should compromise on standards. We should not compromise. If we are aiming for the stars, we go for the star. We go for that single star. So there's no room for compromise. Right now we are talking about standards, and we need up to the highest standards possible, because we have Benni McCarthy. Benni McCarthy has been to Manchester United.
No, I have to respond. I have to respond.
I like to say something. Wait, the highest standard possible. So if Benni McCarthy said that in Tanzania, Karatu, the living conditions for the players were not conducive, then I support him fully.
Yes. Before Arocho comes in and Coach Kabethi, let's hear what Coach Benni McCarthy had to say about this, so that my brother Arocho here, and we'll start with the Coach Kabethi and then to you, Arocho, all right? So let's see what Coach Benni McCarthy had to say about it.
Very good environment, facilities, good. I think, Tanzania was just a misfortune. You know, I think we went there with good intentions, but unfortunately, for football reasons, football decisions, it wasn't according to our satisfactory. So the team and the technical team, we came together and we just said that, you know, we think very highly of ourselves. We want to have the best preparation for CHAN. We want to be ready for CHAN, and if we were to continue in the tournament, I think it would have set us back majorly, probably losing players to injuries, because the conditions was just not favorable for us to work in an environment where we'll be able to keep all our players fit.
There you have it. That is Coach Benni McCarthy talking about what happened in Karatu. Now, Arocho, you've heard what the coach has said. Before I come to you, let's hear what Coach Kabethi, what do you have to say about this? Because Innocent has strongly disagreed with Arocho. What's your take on this?
And I strongly agree with Innocent. One thing that we are now, as a country, we should never ever compromise on standards. Okay. As Innocent has said, if we are aiming at the star, we should not stop at the cloud, no matter what. And there's a question that we've been having with coaches. Is Kenya a football nation? is it a football-loving nation or is it a football-wanting nation? And the target is to make Kenya a football nation. We will never be a football nation if we keep on compromising. And we're in a situation whereby we've normalized substandard things in the name of we could have. It has reached a time as Kenya, if anything is substandard, we stop. Rocho has mentioned about Senegal coming 10 hours before and then go to the field. For me, that is not professionalism. Yes, it can be sportsmanship. I agree with that. But as a coach, I will not allow that. Then the win they have against, the win Tanzania had against Senegal, then that will not be like the clear picture of how things will be. So my stand is, I still agree with what the coach said. And then there's something else the coach said that we might not have been listening so well. He said that in that situation, the chemistry of the players improved a lot. I go with the words, with the coach's words, okay? And as a coach, there's nothing a coach loves in a team than when the players stick united. Innocent will tell you.
To you, Arocho.
No, I have to.
Yeah, please respond. Kindly respond.
I have to respond. Now, I'm not really saying that we should go below our standards.
Okay.
With all due respect.
That's what you mentioned.
The point I'm trying to bring out here is this. Look at Senegal. You cannot compare Senegal to Kenya in terms of football. There is no way you can compare because Senegal have won everything that football provides in Africa. They've won CHAN, they've won AFCON, they've won literally the beach soccer. You know, it's a bigger nation as far as football is concerned. So when you talk about a big nation, Kenya cannot be compared anywhere. I think we need to perform on the pitch first to start calling ourselves a big nation in Africa. Not even in East Africa. When you compare Tanzania to Kenya, you cannot compare the two countries. Look at the fact that Simba and Yanga, and most of their players were there. Simba and Yanga played in the semi-finals of the Africa Cup of Nations, whereas Kenya played. The clubs from Kenya, they are normally knocked out in the preliminaries. So when you start portraying a picture like you're a very big nation, with all due respect, I'm not referring to the coach, I'm referring to the two gentlemen here. Yeah. They're talking as if Kenya is coming, you know, we are coming from the moon. No, Kenya is not a footballing nation. I'm saying that without fear of contradicting myself. Kenya so far is not a footballing nation. When you compare Kenya, Uganda to Tanzania and Senegal, we are last in that in that category.
Football-loving nation.
We are football pretending nation.
But Arocho, I'd like to disagree also again with you because yes. I'd agree a little bit that we are not a footballing nation, but we want to be a footballing nation. That's why the professionalism that we've been yearning for, it's here finally. Benni McCarthy has been to the highest of professional standards. He's been assistant coach at Manchester United. He was a player in Europe. He has played in the Champions League. He has won the Champions League. So how higher can we get? And he's here. He's trying to bring the standards that we need.
No
That's
problem.
What we've been yearning for the national team.
No problem.
You know,
I remember
no
a scenario.
problem, gentlemen.
I remember a scenario just before the World Cup 2018, the qualifiers. Back then, when I was the president of the Footballers Union in Kenya, CECAFA, and the team was preparing to play against Cape Verde. Remember? And if we had beaten Cape Verde, we would have qualified for the 2018 World Cup. And what happened? We beat them here 2-1, and instead of we didn't prepare well to go back. And Cape Verde, they returned to their country the same night. And we had to take a protest to Wilson Airport because even 48 hours before the match, the players had not departed.
In fact,
Kenya.
we arrived.
You actually
No, I didn't travel. But the team arrived when the referee was blowing his whistle. But all said and
exactly.
done. What I'm saying, gentlemen. What I'm saying,
we want to
Katela,
team.
what I'm saying is this.
Yes.
With all due
And
respect.
then let's close on this one.
CHAN is here. Let's perform. Once we perform on the pitch, then we'll start talking about, we'll start bragging. But you don't brag when you don't perform.
I have something kidogo Katela.
For the
that is not bragging. I like to clarify that how I view it. It's not it's not bragging. Just a matter of knowing what needs to be done.
Exactly.
And then, as coach said, there's no excuses. Okay, so coach more or less is creating a scenario whereby there should be no excuse as to why we've not performed. So the biggest thing I'd like to urge Kenyans, let's support Team Kenya.
Okay.
And then we judge the coach based on performance.
Talking about supporting Team Kenya, by the way, tukiongelea tickets,